Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today, we're going to be looking and comparing the medical model view of health with the public health model view, and we'll also introduce the 6 dimensions of health. So, if I were to ask you what is health, I think a lot of you would probably talk about physical health, right? We would say somebody that is free of illness is healthy, or if somebody is thin, they're in good health, or if somebody could run a marathon, they would be in good health. That's essentially the medical model view of health. Okay, it looks at the individual and it looks at their biology and it looks at their organs and it says if these things are all working well, then they're in good shape and they are a healthy person. However, the public health model view, okay, is a little bit different. It looks at the result of the individual's interactions with their social and their physical environment. How well do people get along with others? How well do they respond to upsetting events? How do they treat their environment? Okay, that is actually the model that we are going to be focusing on throughout this course. Okay, it's a more encompassing view of our health. Okay. When we look at the 6 dimensions of health, okay, the first dimension is physical health. So that is your body size and your function. And if you were to have a healthy BMI, okay, so your weight for your height is determined to be healthy, okay, that would say, oh, they have a good physical health. But there's a lot more to our health than just that. There's a lot more to our mental health, okay, to be a healthy person. The next dimension would be social health. This looks at a person's network. It looks at how they interact with others. So how well do they get along with their brothers and sisters? How do they treat their parents? How do they get along with coworkers? Do they constantly argue? Okay. Are they good teammates? Okay. The third dimension would be intellectual health. This is your ability to think clearly, okay, and make good decisions. Do you go out the night before and party before an exam that you really need to do well on, or do you stay in and study? That is an indication of your intellectual health. The decisions you make say a lot about how you are thinking, okay? The next dimension is your emotional health. This is your ability to express emotions. Can you laugh? Can you cry? Can you love? Okay? Can you maintain a level of self-confidence that can keep you going, that can meet life's challenges? Okay? It is completely healthy to cry at a funeral of a loved one. Okay? However, how long should you be sad? 6 months? A year? 2 years? Okay. What about someone that's so sad a year after someone dying that they turn to alcohol to soothe their pain? Okay. What would we say about their emotional health? How are they coping? Okay. Now, the fifth and sixth dimensions of health, spiritual health and environmental health, are probably things that you haven't thought too much about in your life. Maybe you have, but a lot of people, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, really haven't. Your spiritual health is a sense of meaning. It's your purpose in your life. It's really can direct the decisions that you make, right? So there's a tie-in with your intellectual health. Okay, if I have a certain purpose, that will help me make certain decisions of what I'm going to do or not do. It can really be the foundation of your life. And then the last dimension is environmental health. This is your appreciation of your external environment and how do you treat it? How do you preserve it? Do you recycle? Do you make sure all your trash gets in the right place? Do you try to minimize your footprint? Do you not waste water? Okay, so these 6 dimensions really are what we're going to be talking about during the entire course, and we will always be coming back to these things. Okay, here is a picture. This was several years ago. I went to the Grand Canyon. On the left there is my sister Jill. Obviously that's my golden doodle Go Bear, and that's my wife there on the right, Karen. If you were to look at this picture, what dimensions of health do you think I was working on or improving while I went on this trip? Okay. So if we go back to the list, well, we walked 10 miles that day. We did some hiking. Okay, so that would probably be working on my physical health. What about my social health? Yeah, I was actually introducing my wife to my sister. She lives in Wisconsin, so this was like this was the first time after the wedding that they had spent any time together. So I was bringing my circles together. My intellectual health. Well, we know that those that exercise and those that are outside have better brain functioning and it improves your chemistry. So we could say that, yeah, by being out there, you probably were enhancing your intellectual health. Emotional health, well, it's a little bit tougher to put your finger on how it improved, but certainly our spiritual health and our environmental health were definitely improved by being out there. One of my life's purposes is to go to all the national parks, especially with my family members. And it gives me a great appreciation of the outdoors. It makes me want to preserve my environment. Okay, so as you can see, the 6 dimensions of health, okay, they're encompassing, but they're also very tied together. This is this is something we will be coming back to often throughout the course. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Hope you guys have a good day. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and shoot me an email. Take care.